Hi guys, welcome back to yet another video. My name is Martin. Filming this in my storage unit on Sunday. I thought I'd do something a little bit different. What I usually do on this channel is I show off comic books, 4 of them, and I end on a key issue. But I was going through the cupboards at home last night because, what do you do on a Saturday night but, clean house. And I found a bunch of books that I wanted to show off on the channel. They are books that aren't part of my collection in terms of they're not in here because they're not uniformly shaped. So they're not comic book shaped. So anything that's comic book shaped is in here, and everything that's not is in the cupboards at home. And I'm trying to decide what to do with all this stuff because there's a lot of stuff back at home that I have there waiting to be read, but I don't know if I'm ever going to be having a chance to actually read them. But that's a story for another day. The first one I want to show off is this book called Job Done, Fat Assassin. It's issue 1. It's by Spray Comics, and it's written by Mark Hobby and drawn by Ben Michael Byrne. Now, Ben Michael Byrne is a local guy. He did, I think, 11 or 12 issues of this series called Cranburn, which was a post-apocalyptic story. It was very interesting, very graphic, like graphically violent. It had a particular style, as you can see, kind of cartoony, but detailed, and that that style translated to this. But in terms of whereas Cranburn is black and white, this was coloured in as well. I'm not showing off too much here by showing this. But yeah, it's a weird story just about this fat assassin, and yeah, just wanted to show it off. The next one is this. This is Deadly Hands of Kung Fu issue 10 with Iron Fist on the cover, and if you can see, I bought it for $10 in, I would say, 2013, something like that. In hindsight, I should have bought everything that this guy had at this convention. Yeah, I went to this tiny little convention in Camberwell, and this guy, he had a whole bunch of these, and he said, they're $10 each, but they're hard to come by here in Australia just because of the postage costs, and that was, yeah, 12 years ago now, 13 years ago now. Maybe not 13, but yeah, anyway, in hindsight, hindsight's a beautiful thing. I should have bought them all, but no, I just picked this one up, and I think I picked up something else, but I can't remember exactly what it was. I think it was another Deadly Hands of Kung Fu. I can't remember what issue. No, I can't. It's the issue with Roger Moore on the cover. So that's back at home somewhere. Next up, we have the Hulk, or the Rampaging Hulk. This is issue 27. It's as you can see, it's the last issue of the series. Now, can you hear that noise? Being in the storage unit, I am privy to other people's goings on, and there's some work going on close to this storage unit. So yeah, if you can hear that noise, I can hear it. Yeah, anyway, I'll press on. Yeah, this is the final issue of the series. It was from my comic shop. I'm reading it off the back here. It's a 4.0, very good condition. And yeah, just the last issue of this magazine, and I'm very happy to have it. Now, this one I've had in my collection since I was 15, and I actually did a book report about it at school. It's this. It's X-Men God Loves, Man Kills. It's I think the first print. It's pretty weathered. Yeah, it looks like it's the first print. I'm not going to go through it all that much. Yeah, Marvel Graphic Novel issue 1, the X-Men God Loves, Man Kills, copyright 1982. And I bought this again from, this was from a garage sale in Camberwell. And yeah, this was the only thing I bought. As you can see, it's a bit weathered, but I've had it in my collection since I bought it, and I did a book report about this and I was talking about the story aspects of God Loves Man Kills. And whilst my English teacher thought, okay, it's a timely story, she gave me a D. I remember she gave me a D because she said, this isn't a book, this is a comic book, and you needed to read a book. So you failed in that regard, but because of the story content, I will give you some grades and you get a D. And I was like, okay. Anyway, pressing on, we have this. This is Spy Seal by Rich Tommaso, and it's the Caught and Steel Phoenix. It's really, really nicely drawn. It's in the style of Tintin, and to a lesser extent Asterix and Obelix. Yeah, it's beautiful to look at. It's by Image Comics, and I would track these down and get more if there were more. I don't know. I remember seeing this somewhere and picking it up. It's got one of these little security tags on there, so I must have picked it up from a comic book shop somewhere. But yeah, it's gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. I've only read it once. It's an interesting story, but yeah, I wouldn't mind getting more. That's the sad thing. I get all these books and I like, oh, I'd love to read it, but I never get time to read them. So I've got 2 more to go, and this one I did read. It's a little bit wrecked, but it's this. It's The Donner Party, The Tragic Story of the Wild West's Most Notorious Journey by Charles River Editors. Now, I was doing a research project some years back about this event, about the Donner Party, and I wanted to get the most accurate portrayal of the story that I could find, because I was finding a lot of stuff, especially online, it was edited. And there's movies that have been made, there's YouTube videos, but the stories kind of differ here and there, and I was really wanting to get like the most in-depth understanding of each person that was in the Donner Party, and where they were at certain points in their life, in certain points in history, and what they did. And I was wanting to track them all down and do like a big, not a pie chart, but like a post-it note graph of every person and every character, and when they lived and when they died, and did they survive, and all this kind of stuff. But it got way out of hand. The project was way too complex for me to fully undertake, so I ended up just reading this and a few other things. I will also add, there was a movie that was very loosely based on this. It was called Ravenous. It is still called Ravenous. It's got Robert Carlyle and Guy Pearce, and Neil McDonough, and a few others, Jeffrey Jones, and yeah, it's a very interesting movie, very well done. I still watch it. I still have it on DVD. I think I've even got the movie poster. But I remember the first time I watched it, I didn't know it was about people eating other people. And my twin brother, he used to work at McDonald's, and he would do the late shift, and he'd come home with like 1-2 bags full of McDonald's, and I'd get up in the morning, he'd still be asleep, and in the fridge would be these bags of McDonald's. And so I would take out a few hamburgers, heat them up in the microwave, and then I'd have them for breakfast. I couldn't do that these days. But yeah, Sunday morning, when many years ago, I was eating this cheeseburger, and the Ravenous movie was on the TV because we had cable, and I was like, what is this movie? And I'm eating this burger, and I'm like, this is a really nice burger. And then yeah, the scenes where the people were eating other people started to happen, and I was like, maybe I shouldn't eat cheeseburgers while watching this movie. Anyway, the key issue, well, not the key issue, the last book I want to show off is this. This is called Paul is Dead, When the Beatles Lost McCartney. Now, this is a trade paperback by Image. It is a trade, yeah. And let's see, by Paolo Baron and Estano Gabanetti. And I apologize if I'm butchering your names, but it's November 1996, London. John Lennon can't speak. He can't take his eyes off the photo of a car in flames with Paul McCartney's body inside. His friend is no longer here, and that means the Beatles are no longer here either. But John wants to know the truth, and with George and Ringo, he will begin to re-examine the final hours of Paul's life. Set in the magic atmosphere of Abbey Road Studios during the writing sessions of Sgt. Pepper, Paul is Dead is a definitive version of the legend of Paul McCartney's death. A speculative fiction graphic novel stemmed in music history and Beatlemania by Paolo Baron and Estano Gabinetti. So yes, this is the conspiracy that Paul McCartney died and was replaced by a lookalike. I don't know anything too much about it other than what I've read in the book, and it's a very well done book. I did enjoy it, but I'm not a huge Beatles fan. My mum is. Maybe I should tell her about this. Maybe I should show her. But do you know anything about this conspiracy? Can you put down in the comments anything that you know about it? Because I'll be very interested to know. I hope you enjoyed this somewhat different video. Please let me know what you think in the comments down below. Please like and subscribe if you wish to. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you as always, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.